Welcome to the RSP NFL Lens. I'm Matt Waldman with the Rookie Scouting Portfolio. I'm often asked what separates the best players from just your average NFL player. How do you know these guys are going to be really good? And we never really fully know as evaluators. We certainly have strong feelings about certain players and strong assessments based on what we've studied. And I can't give you an answer that in just a few minutes is going to give you that knowledge. But what I can do is at least share something with you over the next few weeks that's kind of a common thing, a common link with players at the skill positions, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and even quarterback, where they really show a good link between what their mind sees, how they process the game technically, how they execute it technically, and how they can be creative with their technical skills. And the first player we're going to look at is Dalvin Cook in this regard. And the common link between Dalvin Cook and the rest of these players I'm going to show in future weeks is footwork. Dalvin Cook at the Combine really didn't perform all that well in some of the short area explosion drills. And the people who were really heavily into metrics were concerned about him, at least in the media end of analytics, because of that fact. What they didn't understand is that the Combine is really a reflection, supposed to be a reflection of what happens on the field, and sometimes it can't adequately capture what a player does well on the field based on his style. As you can see here with Dalvin Cook on this play, he makes this trailing defender miss on this reception. But he doesn't do it with the type of cuts that you would see in a combine workout like a shuttle drill or a three-cone drill, where it's going to be a hard cut, a hard lateral cut, or a jump cut. He doesn't do that at all. In fact, what you see is his feet keep moving throughout that entire process. See how he never stops moving his feet as he makes this reception and makes that change of direction here? He doesn't stop or cut. He just continues to slow down but keep his feet moving in a very short range so that he can keep his feet under him, his pads square. He can even use that free hand, and when he continues downfield, he's still moving so that reacceleration isn't as dramatic or doesn't need to be as dramatic because he's still moving. This fits his style. So maybe at the Combine he wasn't as explosive as the other backs, and maybe he wasn't able to execute those hard cuts like other backs, but he understands angles, he understands his style, and he knows how to use his footwork techniques to make the most of a situation. There are a lot of backs who could not transition from a boundary to downhill orientation with a defender on them this tightly and do it successfully without losing balance, getting hit, or being too slow to reaccelerate out of that hard cut that it would demand after he's been running pretty much halfway across the field towards the boundary. But he's able to do it because he's figured out a way to use good footwork technique that keeps him well balanced, keeps him moving, and allows him to reaccelerate within the scope of what he does best. That's why Dalvin Cook he's kind of stands apart from a lot of running backs. It's not so much that he's an unbelievable athlete. He is relative to college players. He's probably, in some aspects, the way they measure running backs, he was a little below average. But his knowledge of angles, his vision, and his understanding of how to use his feet to its maximum potential is what sets him apart. Thanks again for watching. For more RSP NFL Lens videos, you can check out my YouTube channel, Matt Waldman's RSP Film Room, and my site, www.mattwaldmanrsp.com.